Hello and welcome back to my channel. On today's video, we're going to review another fragrance, yes, another one from the house of Versace. And the one that we have today is Éclat de Rose. So here we have Éclat de Rose, and this is a Versace fragrance from their Atelier Versace collection. Just again, I'll reiterate, I did two other videos. I did Cedrat de Diamante. I have also reviewed Bois à Santal or Santa Boise by Versace, and now we have Éclat de Rose. If you guys want to see more of these, just let me know down in the comments. Obviously, if you don't, also let me know down in the comments. Also, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more fragrance related content. But here we have the rose one. So we have seen a trend. Cedrat de Diamante came in a neon kind of color. Bois Santal came in a black color, and then now we have this one which comes in a pink, which is obviously because it's a rose fragrance. Just to check out the packaging, you get your Atelier Versace logo there, you get the name in there, you get the size, you also get the number of mils there, you get a logo up top, more information on the back, including the ingredients list. At the bottom, you get your barcode and information as to who is the distributor, which is Italia, and as well as where the fragrance was made, which the fragrance was made in Italy. And if we open this up, and I am always very careful to open these because I'm a little rough and I have ripped some packaging in the past, but if you open this and take this guy out, et voila, you get a white box. So the Bois Santal came in a black box and Cedrat de Diamante came in a white box as well. So the reason that they did this is because those that come in that beautiful dark glass colored will come in black boxes. Any of them that are clear, which I believe it's only three of them. It is Cedrat de Diamante, Jasmine something, and Éclat de Rose, which are the transparent bottles. But if you open this guy up, et voila! Look at that bottle. Yes, it's a pink one. And you also get a mirror there. You can see yourself in the ring light. Ah! Just really quickly, you do, like I said, get that mirror. And you can reuse this box by taking that insert out and using it for whatever it is that you want to use it for. And here is the bottle. It's not necessarily a pink bottle. If you actually take a closer look, it's the liquid that is pink in there. And the bottle itself is a transparent glass. It's the same thing with Cedrat de Diamante, which is the color of the liquid that you're seeing. It's not necessarily that the glass is colored. And at the top, you get where it says the name. So it says Atelier Versace. And then it says Éclat de Rose. You also get some information here at the bottom, and you get that beautiful cap with the Medusa head on it. Now these are very nice. They have really taken some time and effort into making these. If you actually look at that, it's like they glued on each individual piece. Very nice. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by these. Just a really cool idea, which we used to, talk about this when I worked for Dior. Some of the caps these fragrances have, you can actually use, I think it's called liquid cement, and then put a screw in there and then use them as knobs. I mean, I've never done it, but I've always wanted to do it. If you're trying to pimp out a very nice, dresser or a desk and you have some empty bottles, that's a really good thing to do with them. You can use this as a knob. Can you imagine that? That would be a very nice knob, you know what I'm saying? But here we have Éclat de Rose. And this fragrance, I will say a couple of things before I get into it because I don't want to be harsh with it. I don't want to be mean about it. It is a nice fragrance. I do like it. I would wear it. Would I repurchase it at full retail price? Probably not. That's just to be real with you. This fragrance came out in 2016 and it obviously is a rose fragrance. I was expecting something to have a little bit more depth, something like Rose Prick, something like Rose or Cafe Rose. I was expecting something to be a little bit more, bold and vibrant and different and unique because when you think Versace, you don't think of a Chanel, which is, a tweed suit walking down the runway, very boring. You think of, very over the top, very sexy, very sexual, very powerful. And, the brand itself has a lot of dynamic and it's a little bit of a gaudy brand itself. So this fragrance itself, I don't feel like represents the House of Versace with the true, passion that it should. I think it's a little boring. This fragrance to me reminds me a little bit of La Colle Noire by Dior. La Colle Noire by Dior has a little bit more depth even than this one, but this is a wet rose. It's jammy. It's like if you were drinking a very nice, fragrant cup of rose tea and you're sitting in a garden full of peonies, and you're also brewing some jasmine tea on the side. That's what you get out of this. Now, the longevity is not bad. Now, I will say that I sprayed this over, I think it was over 30 hours ago, and it still smells like it. You still get the remnants. It's mainly what is left in this is going to be the ambrox as well as the peony scent. The rose kind of, fades away, which is not uncommon. Rose is not a long lasting actual note in fragrance. If you actually know, it's actually very expensive to manufacture rose in actual fragrance, at least for it to be a long lasting scent. But it's not even listed as a rose in this actual fragrance. So you don't get Turkish rose, you don't get Damascus rose, you don't get May rose, you don't get Bulgarian rose. You're getting Rosa centifolia, which is a little bit different than the actual rose component. So your top notes for this are going to be jasmine and peony. Your middle notes, you're going to get rose centifolia. And then in the base, we're going to get ambroxan, cashmere wood, and something that I cannot pronounce for the life of me, which is called Hevel. I will just list it here. It's another synthetic component because it is a registered trademark, so it's not a real actual product that you can, go and grow and then, get some essential oils out of it. It's a synthetic component, but you do get a lot of ambrox in this fragrance. It has a little bit of a metallic feel to it. I feel like that's what's making this fragrance last so long. It does dry down to be a very, I don't know, synthesized rose fragrance. So when you first spray this, you're going to get a wet, jammy rose enveloped in a very beautiful peony. And like I said, there's some jasmine in here. You do get some cashmere woodiness in here. So there is a very nice, slightly woody, element to this fragrance. I would have thought it was cedar wood or teak wood, but it is cashmere wood. And then the ambrox in this fragrance kind of gives you that metallic vibe that runs through this entire fragrance. It's nice. It is very, it's very girly. It's very light. It's flirty. It's youthful. It is very springtime. It's very florals for springtime. It's groundbreaking. I'm joking. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But it's a fragrance that I would not necessarily say is, over the top, super different, super bold, super unique. It's kind of boring. And the reason I say that is because you can kind of get this vibe from a rose spray from Victoria's Secret, from Bath and Body Works. I don't know. For Versace being such a beautiful brand that has a lot of legacy, a lot of history, I would have thought they would have had something with a little bit more depth, a little bit more pizzazz, a little bit more of a type of vibe. And it's not that at all. I do like the other two that I have reviewed, which is Cedra de Diamante and Santalboise. I am sure I will like a lot of the other ones if I decide to review them, or if you guys want me to review them. But this one itself, it's not that I dislike it. I actually like the scent. I will spray it. I do actually enjoy the actual fragrance because, like I said, I love a wet, jammy rose. But the problem with it is I don't think it's worth 330 US dollars for 100 mils, which is what this fragrance costs. Yes, you get beautiful packaging. Yes, you get the beautiful box. Yes, the bottle is extremely heavy and premium and, very well done. But the actual juice inside of here does not reckon that price point, at least in my opinion. Once this fragrance does dry down, you do end up getting that peony with that woody element and that ambroxan. The rose kind of dissipates. It's not necessarily gone 100%, but you can kind of still get a tiny remnant of it left. It's mainly peony, like I said, a woody element, as well as that ambrox that, is staying to linger behind. Now, this is not going to be a beast fragrance. Your projection with this is not going to be good. So let's say if you're trying to walk down a hallway and get everyone's attention, this is not your friend. I will try to test this during a hotter climate, so during the spring or the summer, because it might perform better with heat. I mean, it obviously is a winter where I'm living, and it might be impacting the longevity and performance of this fragrance because I can see it, having great performance and great projection. But at the moment, because I'm in a colder climate, and it is a fragrance that I do think is a spring fragrance, I don't think it is performing to what its potential could. At the moment, the actual projection that I'm getting is well, you don't get any projection, but the longevity that I'm getting out of this fragrance is going to be 2.5 hours to 3 hours, and that is me being very generous with this fragrance. I do tend to see it, fade away almost completely. It is a very soft skin scent, so if you literally take off your shirt and you sniff yourself, or you decide to sniff yourself like that, yes, you will smell it very, very, very lightly, but it's not a fragrance that is going to last all freaking day. And for 330 US dollars, I don't know. In my opinion, I think it should last a little bit longer, but it doesn't. That's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And I do think that it, like I said, the actual fragrance itself is very nice. I do like it. It is pleasing. It does smell good. You will get compliments if they can smell it. But this fragrance itself, for the cost that it is, I do think it should have longer projection. So, you should be able to smell it from further away. It should also have better longevity where, it lasts longer on the actual skin or on the clothing or wherever the hell you're spraying this. But it doesn't, unfortunately, and I am sorry to say this. I was looking forward to this fragrance quite a bit because I love rose when it comes to actual fragrances. And in this one, it was not the greatest. It's not a bad scent, like I said. You do get that beautiful peony and rose combination, which I just think that peonies and roses are chef's kiss whenever they're put in a woman's fragrance. Note that this is a unisex fragrance. Now, it is not a fragrance that I would say a guy could pull off necessarily, unless you're layering this with a different fragrance. Because this fragrance does tend to lean a little bit more feminine because of that peony vibe and that rose vibe. It does tend to be a little bit more feminine. I mean, if you're a guy and you like these scents like me, then I would not care. And once again, I do want to clarify that I'm not talking bad about this fragrance. I do like the scent. The scent is beautiful. Like I said, you get that beautiful peony woody element with that beautiful ambroxan. It creates a very light, airy, happy, vibrant fragrance that has a lot of youth to it. It's a lot of, happy thoughts and vibes. In other words, it's a very fresh floral fragrance with, that ambrox, which is going to add that metallic-y freshiness to it. And I do like that about this fragrance. I do think that that makes this fragrance very, very nice, but at the same time, it's not anything to marvel at. It's not anything super unique. And for this price point, like I said, I was just expecting something a little bit nicer, and we didn't get that, unfortunately. But that's okay. If you like this one, then definitely check it out. Let me know what your guys' thoughts on this fragrance are. Put them down below in the comments. Also, make sure to give the video a thumbs up and comment down below what other fragrances you would like to see on this channel. Also, make sure to subscribe for more fragrance related content, and I hope to see you guys on the next video. Until next time, take care. Bye.